Welcome to a booster session for lessons 1 through 3 on setting a behavior goal. Are you ready to set your behavior goal? Let's begin. Don't forget your rules. Have your listening ears on and your thinking brain turned on. Be sure that you have your choice sheet in front of you because this is really, really important that you're making connections between what we're talking about here in these lessons and what's happening on your SDLMI choice sheet. So first, make sure that you do have your choice sheet. We're going to be talking about this a lot today. What question do you ask yourself when you are setting a goal? Is it A, what is my goal? Or B, what is my plan? You can use your choice sheet. What question do you ask yourself when you're setting a goal? A, what is my goal? Or B, what is my plan? Make your selection now. If you said A, what is my goal? You're exactly right. When you're setting a goal, you ask yourself the question, what is my goal? Find this answer on your choice sheet. It should look like this. When we ask, what question do you ask yourself when you're setting a goal? Is it A, what is my dream? B, what is my goal? Or C, what is my problem? You should make sure that you're thinking about what we talk about in our lessons and you select the right answer. What is my goal? Next, to set a behavior goal, you're going to answer these 4 questions. Number 1, what do you want to improve? What do you want to do to improve your behavior? So I've given you some choices of some examples of goals that you might see at school, like I will be a responsible student by following directions and doing my work quickly, quietly, with good quality, without disrupting the class. I will raise my hand to get someone's attention, and I will speak respectfully to peers. These are some options of things that you might see, but you also have more on your choice sheet. We keep going back to, I will be a responsible student by following directions and doing my work quickly, quietly, with good quality, without disrupting my class. We choose this goal because it's addressing the function of your challenging behavior. It also matches, it's a way to meet the needs of your classroom and meet the needs that you have in your classroom so that you will meet the expectations of the classroom and improve your behavior. So when we're asking in the SDLMI probe, what do you want to do to improve your behavior? A, eliminate distractions and remain focused on my work. B, start my work right away and stay focused until my work is finished. Or C, be a responsible student by following directions and doing my work quickly, quietly, with good quality without disrupting the class. Which one of these matches what we've been talking about so far in all of your lessons? The answer is C. Be a responsible student by following directions and doing my work quickly, quietly, and with good quality without disrupting the class. This is important that you're choosing the goals that we're talking about in the lessons because this goal will address the function of your challenging behavior, which means that you're still going to be able to get what you want out of situations and it's going to improve your behavior in the classroom. Number 2, what do you already know about your behavior? Your choice sheet looks like this. I think my behavior is usually fine. My behavior does not always meet the classroom expectations because my teacher will get on to me sometimes, or I think my friends have good behavior. So when you see this slide, and this is what we've been talking about a lot of times, is that your needs, the need for being a responsible student, following directions, and doing work quickly, quietly, with good quality, is something that is not necessarily meeting the classroom rules and expectations. While, yes, you sure do need to eliminate distractions and remain focused on your work, the thing that we keep coming back to that addresses the function of your challenging behavior, especially in terms of getting attention and not disrupting the class and not escaping work that you should definitely be doing, making sure that you're setting your goal around being a responsible student. And what does that look like? So if you were to have the question, what do you know about your behavior now? You know that sometimes the behavior isn't always meeting classroom rules and expectations. You're off task quite frequently, so you really want to make sure that you increase that and increase your time on task so that you can meet the classroom rules and expectations. So next, what needs to change for you to improve your behavior? Changes you make or changes that you make into the environment around you. Once again, we talked about changes that you make, and these are things that you can control most often, most frequently. And that would be the goal that you would set to address the changes that you make to address the function of your challenging behavior. And it's to be a responsible student and to think about what it means to be a responsible student. So once again, the sensory tool is nothing that we've discussed. Beginning to work immediately and continue working completely until the task is complete is a great answer, but it's, again, not exactly what we're talking about in our lessons. We're talking about accepting responsibility and knowing to do the job as a student and fulfilling your responsibility of a job as a student. Knowing that there's a time and a place to act silly. So, keeping yourself on task and doing what you're supposed to do to be a good student. What changes can you do to make the changes happen? So remember, we're going to be talking about this as we move through the second phase, but by now you should be able to answer all of the questions of part 1 about setting a goal correctly, because we've talked about this and we keep talking about this. So I want you to make sure that whenever you're doing your SDLMI probe, you're thinking about the lessons that we've discussed and thinking about changes that you make versus changes you make to the environment around you, because changes that you make are things that you can control. When we can move into phase 2, we're going to be talking about making the plan. But for now, you should really be answering all the questions around setting a goal. What can you do to improve your behavior? Which goal did you choose to set? What's going to address the function of your challenging behavior? And what is going to make sure that you are successful in the classroom and increase your on-task behavior? It's to be a responsible student by following directions and doing work quickly, quietly, with good quality without disrupting the class. All right, so your goal is to be a responsible student by following directions and doing work quickly, quietly, with good quality without disrupting the class. Nice work. Take your SDLMI probe again after you've had this review.